guys, how are you doing? Minasan konnichiwa, my name is Cheese and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reacting to ReZero episode 13. So in the previous episode, we already started with this new storyline. We're now focusing more on the royal selection. We got introduced to a lot of new characters. I think the most important introductions were obviously the other contestants who are also aiming to become the queen. And then we discovered at the end of the previous episode that the fifth person who has the chance to become the queen turned out to be Felt. So it has been a really long time since we have seen her. We don't know what she's been up to in the meantime, and I hope they show us a bit of what she's been up to in the meantime. You know, how she has spent the time at the palace, I think. So I'm just really curious to know more about it. So without further ado, let's right into the episode. So let's go. Alright, I'm ready, so I'm gonna start the episode in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, there she is. Looking really cute, by the way. Oh, I thought maybe Felt has changed because she's suddenly acting so graceful, but okay, she's still the old Felt. Well, since then he has died a couple of times more, but just a little detail. Oh yeah, the thing. Oh, so it's reacting to her. Mm. So that's what Reinhard noticed when Felt was holding it the previous time. So basically, Subaru, like, your jealousy is so not necessary because he's not even aiming for Amelia anyways. Oh. Oh my god, so much shade. maybe it's not a good idea to make her queen. Hmm. Wait, what? All of their motivations are so bad. Yeah, that's one decent motivation, you know. So curious about what she's gonna say. Oh my god, I love Fel. Now they're bringing up the witch. Oh, have you even listened to her? Like, she was the only one who actually said something decent, you know? Well said. What's he up to? With the finishing pose. Yeah, I mean, usually I'm on Subaru's side, but this time, like, Julius is stating facts, though. yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. Even though I really, really respect Subaru's intentions, but it was not really appropriate. What? Why is someone lighting up a dynamite? Or oh my god! Huh? What's their plan? Oh, she's such a good girl. But I have no idea what they were trying to do. Like, oh. Dedicated. Great, and that person's trying to become the queen. Oh. Yes. Oh, I'm so curious to see how the selection process is gonna go. I mean, if it's based on voting, then I mean, Feld probably has like zero chance. But mm, um, are they gonna have a duel? I knew it. I knew a battle was gonna come. Ever since he was provoking the knights, I was like, he's definitely gonna, have a duel with Subaru at some point. Death penalty out of nowhere. Or they're still fighting with wooden swords though. I thought he was tripping. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, look how beat up he is. But he cannot even get close to hitting him. What? And well, Yeah, and he's doing all those things she said not to do. Yep. Huh? What was he trying to say? What was he trying to say what he couldn't say? Yeah, but he can't say. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't. Sorry, I was so like speechless. Like I just didn't know what to say in that whole fight between Emilia and Subaru. It was just really sad to watch. Like they got along so well, and this is the first time they actually had a fight. An actual fight. But it was an intense episode overall. There was a lot packed into it. Also, if the whole, situation with Feld and her eventually deciding to still participate in that royal selection. I'm curious though, like, eventually we saw old man Rom invade with the smoke screen and trying to kidnap Feld. Eventually Reinhardt interfered, but I'm like, where did that invasion come from, like, did old man Rom plan that out by himself, and for what reason? Was that purely just to take Feld away? Because at the same time, I was like, if Feld decided not to participate, she would have just be able to go home, right? I don't know. It was just so much going on and it was kind of complicated. And then with the whole Subaru thing and self-proclaimed light Natsuki Subaru. Yeah. Alright, so there was episode 13 of ReZero, and yeah, that was one of the saddest episodes I've seen so far, or actually one of the hardest to watch, and not in the sense that it had a lot of action and a lot of gore and was super intense. No, it was just more like emotionally, it was really heavy. And we've seen a lot of side from different characters that we haven't seen so far, especially from Emilia's side. When she really stood up for herself, it was like, oh yeah, this is the first time we've seen Emilia actually step up for herself. Because so far, she always had that really soft side to her, especially when she was interacting with Subaru. She was always like really worried about him and just really soft towards him. And also when that conference initially started, she seemed a lot more like insecure standing there. She didn't really have that confidence like the other candidates. But when she got insulted with being called a half-elf or, resembling the witch and those kind of stuff, she still managed to, step up for herself and say like, yeah, you guys might have prejudices against me, but I don't want that to take away my chances to rule this country and make it an equal place. Because what she was trying to do, her speech was actually what, the most admirable out of all the candidates, like all the other candidates had a lot more selfish goal compared to what Emilia came up with. So that's like a new side we've seen from Emilia, and that's also what I really, really liked in this episode. So there was like a big contrast to the uselessness of Subaru in this episode. First of all, that whole reason that he joined that conference, why he still came to the palace, and that is just so complicated, like, I understand sort of where Subaru is coming from. Like, we've followed him since the very beginning of the show. He has gone through so much. He had to restart over and over again, and everything he's done was also for the people around him, including Emilia. And during those times, he also got saved by Emilia countless of times. More than Emilia knows herself, Subaru has like memories of all these attempts, while Emilia only has the memory of that final attempt, so the memories they have of each other are just not the same. Because of that, he also seemed really arrogant in this episode. In the end, he was also like, I've done all of this for you, so you should feel thankful for that. You are indebted to me. And I thought like, Subaru, you shouldn't have said that, because that's only gonna make her feel guilty for relying on you, So even though I understand where Subaru is coming from, and he only had like good intentions, but like Emilia said, it was just all out of his own selfishness. He just didn't listen to Emilia at all, even though they made that promise. He broke the promise right away. Even also during the conference, Subaru did a lot of things to embarrass himself and also Emilia, because he like self-proclaimed himself to be Emilia's number one knight. And then he had that whole clash with the other knights, At that moment I thought like, Subaru, this is not the right way to do it. Even though I admire you for, stepping up for Emilia, but like we saw, Emilia was able to do that herself as well. And she's not a weak person. And the room was filled with people who have a lot of pride in themselves. And especially the knights who went through so much training to achieve the skills and the experience they have. so insult them in front of everyone, I just thought Subaru really made a big mistake. And one of Subaru's good points might be his able to bluff himself out of situations, but in this situation it really backfired to him. Like bluffing and stating that he's Emilia's number one knight even though he has like no fighting skills at all. Yeah, I understand why that would irritate the other knights who were there at that moment. So what Julius said to Subaru, I completely agreed with him with everything he said, Of course I felt bad for Subaru during that one-on-one duel, but Subaru sort of deserved that one. Sort of. So just to conclude my thoughts, I just thought Subaru wasn't very likable in this episode. It also really led to the deepest point in Subaru and Emilia's relationship so far. And he has a lot to do to redeem himself, I feel like. So we'll see how the story's gonna continue, how the royal selection's gonna play out. So yeah, that was my reaction to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you can't wait to see my reaction to the next episode, you can already find it on my Patreon. So if you're interested, please go check it out. You can find the link in the description box below. But in any case, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.